Okay, hello everybody. We've got the XTomp here, you can see, and yeah, we're just gonna unbox this real quick. It's a chameleon pedal, and it has infinite possibilities, they say. Just open it up. We're gonna do a demo, show you a bit. Guess this is the manual, I'd assume. And let's take a look inside. If I can get it out. No, I can't. But so far, I can't get it out! Okay, I did it. Awesome. Looks really good, actually. Here. Nice design. I really like it. And yeah, we're just gonna take some pictures of it now. Comes in a really nice box, too. And then we're gonna make a demo and take a look at it. I'll take a look inside of this, too. How do I get this open? Today is not my unboxing day, dear Henning. Do I just rip this off?
That's what she said. I don't know.
What? Dude. Oh, what's this? Aha. Okay. So, yes, here we have the manual, but here we've got some stickers. So, since you can put pretty much anything on here, this has no description whatsoever, you can just put your stickers on yourself.
Hold that.
Okay.
Good.
And yeah, since we've got 3 of these, we're going to show 3 of them combined also. And I guess we're going to take some pictures now.
Hello, pedal nerds, chameleon pedal nerds, or Morphe pedal nerds. We're gonna film this demo over 2 days, which is why when we actually check out the pedals and you're gonna hear sounds, we're gonna look very different.
Extremely different.
Yes. Kiana's gonna be Asian, and I'm gonna be a black man from Kentucky.
Okay.
Probably not.
I hope not.
Yeah, well, why not? You got a problem with black men from Kentucky?
No.
You're racist? What's wrong with you?
Right, me. Right, because I'd be the racist person here.
Yes. Where were we? Yeah, so we have to postpone the actual demoing because what Kiana's doing right now, she's loading up the XTomps with algorithms. Let me talk about what the XTomp is. It is smooth. It is rather slim. That's what she said. Where's my that's what she said button? Damn it. It's a very sexy pedal, and it is fully digital. It is fully stereo. That is very important to realize. Stereo in, stereo out too. And it works in conjunction with an app on Android, on iOS, PC, and Mac. Here's one of the problems for us is the Mac software is not ready yet. It will be soon, so probably when you see this, it might already be
ready.
Be ready by then. Thank you. So what can it be? Can it be a drive? Yes. Can it be a modulation pedal? Yes. Can it be a delay?
Yes.
Can it be an amp simulator?
Yes.
Can it be a speaker simulator?
Yes.
Oh my god. It can actually be many things. So what we're going to show is maybe an amp going through delay into a speaker simulator. Maybe a drive into delay into modulation. It can be anything you want. But you have to realize the XTomp is not a multi-effect. Each of the individual boxes is a pedal. It can replace one pedal on your pedal board. Now what you have to realize is when you wire it into your board, at the end of your chain, it should probably be a pedal that's at the end of your chain, like a reverb or a delay. If you then make it a drive, well, it's still at the end of your chain. I mean, the physical limitations of your board are still intact. If you make it one of your first pedals in the chain, it can be a drive, it can be a compressor, maybe an octave pedal or an Ottawa. That's Ottawa, not Ottawa in Canada. Very different. You got that?
Yes, I did.
It's pretty damn funny, huh?
It's hilarious.
It's ridiculously funny. Ottawa, not Ottawa.
Oh my God.
Yeah, okay.
You're so
Yeah,
funny.
thank you. Okay,
Whatever.
so if it's something at the front of your chain, you can make it into that, but then if you turn it into delay or reverb, it's going to be in front of everything else. It can replace one pedal on your board. And yes, you can switch what it is through the app, but it's not recommended to do this in a live situation. It will be one pedal of your choice. What else? It connects with Bluetooth. It can also connect with USB. Again, to the PC editor. Mac editor is coming. And right now, what Kiana is doing, she's loading it up with algorithms because they come empty. So there's I think that there's one combination of pedal on there, two of them. One combination is two. Get it? But right now, we have to actually load the effects or the pedals on there. Once they're loaded, they load within a second. But loading them on there takes quite a while. We'll get into this in our 2 cents. It's our 2 cents, not my 2 cents, because we are our. Huh? We are our, right?
Yes, yeah. I guess we are our.
We are our. The Bluetooth is actually rather simple. You have to make sure that your device is rather close, otherwise it loses connection. But right now we have, I don't even know how this works. We have an iPhone and an iPad connected to both of them, right?
It's actually connected to all three.
Both of them are connected to all three.
Both of them are connected to all three.
I have no idea how that works. But what if, and of course you're going to ask yourself, well, what if I'm on stage and my friend is an asshole and logs in, it just turns on Bluetooth, opens the app, and then can change my drive into like a bubbly phaser, and I'm standing on stage like, you fucker! Well, you can obviously change the password. So you can change the password in the app so that only you can access your XTomps. The app can, I think, if I remember correctly, access 8 pedals. That's a little bit, I mean, who's going to have 8 of them? Right. Who's going to have 3? Well, we do.
Yeah.
Because we're awesome. So we can, with one device, or in this case 2, manage 3 different XTomps. And one of the problems I had is you see these three, we're going to show you later, you see the three XTomps in your app and like, which one is which? I have no idea. Well, Kiana was like, you got to be able to rename them. And yes, you can rename them. So we're going to actually do this right now. We have not done it on the actual XTomps.
Yeah.
But as you've seen, there's sheets of little stickers on it. So we're going to actually sticker them. And we decided to do a little mafia group. So we have, right now, pieces of paper. In the app, they're already renamed. So we have...
Except for him, he's not renamed.
Oh, Frankie's not renamed. So we have Tony, Frankie, and Vinny. Vinny, Frankie, and Tony, huh? Because that's Italian for XTomp. I don't know. So we're going to have Tony, Frankie, and Vinny. And in the app, they're going to be Tony, Frankie, and Vinny. And you always know exactly which one you're loading something onto. Right now, again, we're sitting here and sitting here.
And loading.
And loading algorithms onto them because they come empty.
And maybe also watching the Great British
Well, we're also
Bake Off.
watching the Great British Bake Off talking about...
Shaboos creams?
Shaboos cream. They used a non-traditional shaboos cream on their
What?
pâtissier. What the fuck's wrong with them?
I mean, it could only go wrong.
I mean, when we make shaboos cream, it is always traditional.
The choux pastry was good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not the shaboos
Yeah,
cream.
yeah,
That was. I mean, how can you use a non-traditional way? It was disappointing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yes, we're fully serious. We're watching the Great British Bake Off, Season 3, Episode 9, about patisserie. That is how we roll here. That is
Yes.
probably not very rock and roll, is it?
Probably not, but it's pretty awesome.
What if you go, shaboos cream? And it's still not rock and roll.
Not rock and roll.
So we're loading these up with the algorithm. One reason why they're not preloaded.
I'm done.
You're done.
Except for there's
Except for
nothing,
Frankie.
There's nothing on there. Yeah.
Frankie's gonna go home with Kiana tonight, and if Frankie's watching that right now, he's like, hell yeah. Oh yeah, hell yeah, I am. Frankie's going home with Kiana so she can play with him a bit. I'm sorry. That just happened.
Should we rename him? Or should we do that later?
No, rename Frankie.
Okay.
What was I gonna say? Frankie going home. Frankie goes to Hollywood. No. Vinny and Tony stay home. Renaming. What did I not hit on? They're fully stereo.
We can't name him Frankie. We have to name him Frank. It's a maximum of 6 characters.
Oh, god damn it.
So this is Frank and not Frankie.
Oh, man.
Sorry, Frank.
That's kind of sad. 6 characters? What? Just use a Y then.
That looks stupid.
Frankie with a Y, that's it.
Really?
Yeah. Stereo, blah, blah, blah. Oh, the library. Right now there's, I don't know how many pedals. Each XTomp can hold 160 different algorithms. So 160 different pedals, amps, or speaker simulations. Hotone is aiming for about 300. So, that's going to happen at some point, but every month they're adding new ones. So we just installed the new updates, and all of a sudden, prétel, there's 2 more amps there and a couple of more caps. So every month you can expect something new. And since it's software, there's obviously updates and upgrades and new functionality coming every month. The hardware itself is great visual feedback with the colors. It's the software that might need a little bit of a touch-up, but that is where you come in, you comment on their website, and you just help the developers include the features that you want. And we're going to help by bitching in our 2 cents about some stuff we want to bitch about. Like non-traditional shaboos cream.
Yeah, that was
That's just
so
ridiculous.
wrong. But we're good at that.
Yeah. Okay, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Right, Gaga? So here we are. The monster setup. It's pretty sick what we had to do to film this stuff. Okay, we have a camera on the iPad. I'm going to fly this in so you can see. We have a camera on the iPad. We have a camera on the 3 pedals. We have a camera on me because that's important. We have a camera on us, which is, I know, more important because Kiana's in it. Kiana will be manning the iPad. We have the 4 different sample, that's what she said, switch. Let me demonstrate. That's what she said. That's what
She said.
And that's what she said.
That's what she said.
We have that going because that is important.
Definitely.
Okay. And we have a mic to get us. So, setup number 1, XTomps in stereo, direct, meaning going directly into the mixer. In this case, that's an Apollo 8. We figured out that the XTomp reacts to your input, meaning it reacts to the impedance of your pickups, it reacts to the impedance of your cable, Widerstand, Impedanz. You know? You don't know.
We do.
Okay. And then adjusts accordingly. One of the things is it reacts to what is plugged in. So if stereo is plugged in, it is acting fully stereo, which is why right now between the first pedal and the second pedal, I only have a mono connection because I want the second pedal to get a mono input, and you cannot program it to accept mono input. It will automatically be stereo input once you have 2 plugs in there, unless I'm completely wrong about this. It would be nice to actually tell it in the software what you want. So the setup here is, well, let's turn them all off.
Maybe you want to show this.
Yes, you want to open the software.
Okay.
So we have, software-wise, here's the library, show that. And we spent a few hours loading all the models on all 3 boxes. So there's drives, there's EQs. We didn't do any EQs. We just skipped over them.
2 EQs.
2, well, Ottawa, and not the one Canada. And then they go, wait a second, then go back.
Sorry.
And then there's reverbs and delays. Go. And then there's combinations, which can be cool if you only have one. But who only has one XTomp, seriously? And then there's speakers. So what we want to show now is as a whole setup. So we have 3 pedals. This is Tony, this is Vinny, and this is Frankie. Reason why we have Tony, Vinny, and Frankie is because otherwise in the app you see 3 XTomps and they're all labeled XTomp, XTomp, XTomp. And you don't know which one you're loading onto.
What you can do is you click on one of the XTomps you have, and you can...
See, it was doing that. It was flickering, that it was showing you that this is the one that you're on.
Yeah. And you can rename it here. It says rename. You click it, and then you can type in a name.
So you just make them your own. And I thought mafia names were a good idea. Unless, of course, you're Tony, Vinny, or Frankie, and you feel insulted because I called your name a mafia name. In that case...
Boo-hoo.
Boo-hoo. They're gonna come. We have people with baseball bats knocking on the door like, what the fuck? So, right now, Frankie has a, what do they call that? A Marshall? Marshall?
Marshall.
Talking about branding issues. Marshall loaded into it, so that's an amp. We have Vinny with a delay. And Tony with a speaker sim. So let me show you what it sounds like if you only use the amp. Not a good idea if you don't have the speaker sim. So if you only have one XTomp and you want to use the amp directly into your system, you're going to have to use a speaker simulation in your recording software, because otherwise, this is my clean sound directly into the interface. Who wants that? Yes, this absolutely amazing Hotone Embrace Vantage 57 sounds bad because we don't have speaker simulation. So, if we put the Marshall speaker on it, which is loaded into Tony, it'll sound like this. Which really isn't too bad. I mean, that's, as far as speaker sims go and modeling, this is actually neat. Now, Kiana, give me a different amp on Frankie.
Okay.
So we're going to send a different amp that is now in Frankie into Tony. Give me the Voxy.
Voxy.
It says Voxy. What kind of amp would that be? I don't know. So Kiana is now picking which XTomp to load onto. Connection successful. Load to device. Load complete.
Okay.
Why you actually have to, again, click on OK. I think Ari told me that in the new software there's less clicks necessary, and that's coming soon. Obviously, more amp models also coming soon. It's continuously being updated, which is nice. So here we have this. Okay, careful. Can I see? Can you scroll up? Yeah, I want to see the controls. Because right now these knobs don't really tell me what I'm fiddling with. So we're gonna have to see. In typical Voxy kind of territory, a lot of high end. But that's nice. That's fucking nice. Bass, treble, volume master. So volume would be my drive, I guess. I'm gonna get the master down. So let's add the delay, which is now stereo. Which means dry on the right, delay on the left. I would actually like this to be different kind of stereo, which, well, you can't do. That's the way it's set up. Jana, can you load Vinny up with a reverb, please? Should be in the delay section. Further down, further down, further down, further down.
Here.
And then let's see, room. I don't want a room, I want hall. Give me hall. Obviously, we want a spring. So you can see quite a lot of clicks to get it on there. And then we have, get it up so I see the controls. Mix, what does it say in the middle? Pre-delay.
Yeah.
Pre-delay, decay, low end, high end. Get it all up here. Oh! A little bit much. That's actually impressive. I actually really like that sound. Let's try a different speaker. So Tony needs a different speaker. It sounds funny. Well, Tony, go out and get one if you need a different speaker.
Okay, which one?
Give me the one on the top right. Sounds very different. More mids, rounder, warmer. That is actually... It's impressive, isn't it? Okay, the amp models with the speaker, impressive. Now, of course, if I turn the speaker off, So you need, really, for the amp model to make any sense, you need the speaker simulation. So I would kind of like if they put the speaker and the amp in one. Because right now, the only way to actually combine them is to have two XTomps. Which kind of means the speaker simulation makes sense if you put a distortion pedal in front of it. Any distortion pedal, like if you have a whatever, as your, let's say, preamp, and then you can use your XTomp as your speaker sim, which would be nice. But the amp simulations by themselves, I think, what's the point, unless you're using a software speaker simulation. So again, all doable, but it makes these two elements make a lot more sense when you have them combined. Now let's... This is very nice. It is very nice. That's what she said.
You were just looking for a reason.
I was really just... I was setting that up, yeah. Give me the tweet on Vinny. All the way up, the amp.
Yeah.
Okay, and now I want to push that with a to-be screamy kind of thing on Frankie. Give him the green thing. That's your top right, that one, yeah.
On Frankie, yeah. Okay.
So now moving the amp onto Vinny. That only has two knobs. The levels seem to be very different. Much more level than on the Marshall. That's without. Now we're gonna use a to-be screamy, where we have drive here. Which is very nice, super midzy because of the Tweety and the bird. Because of the Tweety and the speaker. Let's try one more thing, because right now I have no effects on it, because I have an overdrive, an amp, and a speaker. Let's go for a combination on Frankie. Okay. There's combination, so I want an overdrive and a delay. Let's see what we have there. We have Magic Hall. Cursor Hall, Square Drive, we don't want that. Here, give me this. Loading. See, there's a lot of clicking.
Connection failed, okay.
Connection failed, okay. That's exactly what Hotone wants to happen in a review.
Right.
You need to make sure that your device is relatively close to your pedals. I also had a problem with the pedals being on a metal surface. So how it works on an aluminum pedal board, I cannot actually tell you. So scroll that up, please, so I know what the controls are.
Yeah.
Mix time feedback, tone distortion. That is very nice. I want a little bit more high end. That went horribly wrong. Now that's what I wanted. I have no idea what it super creamy, beautifully melts in your mouth kind of shaboos cream kind of sound.
But a traditional shaboos
That is a
cream.
traditional shaboos cream kind of melts in your mouth like butter sound.
If anyone can explain to us properly what shaboos cream is not according to the Wikipedia article we
Yeah,
found.
but please explain to us what shaboos
please
cream is. We have no idea.
comment on it.
That is a beautiful sound. One more thing, let's just give me a different speaker again, because I want a little bit less creaminess, which we will probably get, so we need a different speaker. On Tony, let's give me the Engle, which, again,
What could
branding...
what could that be?
Yes, technically you get away with the name and it's okay, but should you? A little bit less creamy, a little bit more meaty. It's a tape delay, so it's not. It's not what I wanted. That's what
She said.
Yeah, it's not really. It's not.
It's
It's
not.
not happening today. We have four different samples.
We finally have 4 different samples, and it's just not happening.
It's not.
That's what she said.
That
Ah!
was okay.
Yeah, it's meta. Get it? We're talking about not happening, but then it's happening because we're talking about it not happening.
It's amazing.
That's deep. That's deep shit.
Mind blown.
Wait, that's deep shit. And that's what she said.
That was so awesome.
Okay, we're gonna set up now with the Dietzel Powell and check these things out as Stompboxes, not as amp modelers. Because we got the time, you got the time. We got cake.
Pie.
We got pie in the oven. That's coming up next.
Oh, wait.
That's what...
She said.
We got pie in the oven, that's what she said?
I just wanted to press it one more time.
Yeah, okay. And we're back. Here's the setup for with amp. As we said earlier, they are like pedals. So the way you wire them is the way they are wired. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So that means Frankie is before the amp. In front of the amp right now, the amp is the beyond brilliant, I gotta say this, Dietzel Powell. Holy crap, what an amp. You're gonna hear it. Frankie's in front of it. Vinny's in front of it. So just like 2 pedals in front of your amp. Tony is in the serial effects loop. Which means making Tony anything but a time-based pedal would kind of be weird. So this is behind all the drive, even if the amp is driving, which we'll probably test. Kiana, what have we loaded into Frankie, Vinny, and Tony?
Tony, we have a delay.
A delay,
It's
which I
already
think is
set,
like a backwards kind of a delay.
which is. Oh, it doesn't even. I thought it was.
It's called the
It's called the back.
blacks.
Back,
The
back mask.
Back
but
mask. Okay.
Unfortunately, we don't have the picture. Well, it doesn't matter. Then, next is Vinny.
Vinny has the beefy boost, which BB. It's a BB preamp. Come on.
And
Kiana, why do you do that? Move your phone. These speakers are very susceptible to phoniness.
And
They're phony speakers.
Oh, that's good.
No, they're not. They're KRKs, and I love them. I said nothing about KRK. No, actually, these are cool speakers.
Frankie is a mini vibe.
Mini Vibe. I love myself a Univibe. Oh, by the way, before someone at Hotone says, you didn't show enough stereo sounds, which you are right, I didn't, because I forgot to show a lot of stereoness when we had it set up in the AmpSim setup in stereo. During the slideshow, I showed some really nice stereoness, and the stereo sounds are phenomenal. Really cool tremolos, especially the Univibe in stereo. That is nice. So please go back to the slideshow to hear some of the stereo sounds. I apologize I didn't go in depth. The problem is a lot of us guitar players can't really do stereo because you need 2 amps. Of course, with the amp simulation capabilities, you could do that, but then we're again talking about 2 or 3 XTomps, which is probably not the most realistic setup. So, here is the Diesel Pole single coil by itself. Let's add the effects loop. Now, of course, just like if this is my effects loop, I can go and switch the Diesel to drive and play around with that. So let's check out what the XTomp drive can give us right now. I'll put on the beefy boost. One of the problems you can clearly see is I don't know what I set up here because I don't know what the parameters are. Yes, you can put the stickers on, but that makes it one pedal. And this is kind of the idea. Make it one pedal on your board. That can be at different times be a different pedal, but don't switch around all the time because it's simply not feasible to do this with the app all the time. But also, what are my parameters? Right now in the app, I see the, what's called the mini vibe. So if I want to see the, come on, now I can see what I have here. Full gain, blah, blah, blah. Let's check this out. Thank you, Angus, for making a pie-eating riff. That is actually how that came to be.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the guys from AC/DC were sitting around, they were eating pie, and they were like, damn it, but I still want to make music. And that's how that happened. I don't think that's how he plays it. But that is why Joe Satriani plays a lot of legato.
So you can eat pie.
So you can eat pie, yes.
Okay.
Or do math.
No.
Pie.
Oh.
Too nerdy for you, huh?
No, I just don't like maths.
Ah, okay. The drive sound, phenomenal. Very, very good. You can see it reacts really well to the different pickup combinations. Single call, humbucker, back and forth, all that stuff. That is just beautiful. Come on. Okay, Kiana, now it's up to you. On Vinny, give me a couple different drives. We're gonna go through a couple of things because we've already been here probably for 3 hours with you. I don't know why you're still here, but we're gonna give you a couple of different pedals. Oh, this was a beefy boost. No gun now. Now give me that, whatever that yellow thing is.
That one?
Yep. The volumes seem to be different between all these different
Yeah.
algorithms, right? Like the marshmallow, the Marshall. The Marshall was very different than the Voxy. And this seems to have less volume than the Beefy Boost. Considerably less. Okay, give me another one. What's the green drive? Let's do that. This thing.
Ah,
Yeah. Well, that's very clearly a green drive, if you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about? You don't know what I'm talking about? Neat. Let's do this. Give me the second channel on the Powell. Click channel 2. Dial the gain down. And oh, wait, sorry. I want to see how we can push an amp with it. Can we actually really push an amp? like this backwardsy kind of delay. It's kind of neat. Yes, it works as a boosty kind of pedal. So please back to channel 1 on the power. I'm spitting pie all over the place.
Yuck.
Sorry.
But it's good pie.
No problem. It's a little bit dry.
Yeah, I didn't have any more.
See, if you had gone with a traditional shaboose instead of a non-traditional
No,
shaboose.
it's because I had no more Atora at home.
No more what?
Suet.
What?
For baking. Vegetable
The
suet.
Torah is what is like the Jewish Bible.
A Torah, not the Torah.
No, that what is that the Torah? Is that wrong?
No,
Did I say that wrong?
correct. It's correct, but I need.
You're putting the
Torah.
Jewish Bible, the Jewish like holy book in your pie.
Yes, that's my secret.
She didn't have a Torah to put in there.
Now you know my secret. I bake with the Torah. What?
I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
So moving on. I'm
Next
accepting.
pie crust will be better. I
Thank you.
promise.
Yeah, well,
When I
traditional shaboose.
When I go to England, I'm gonna get some more.
Different drive,
Torah,
please.
yeah? Okay.
I'm ignoring you now.
All right. What's happening? Yeah. What?
Yeah,
Do you want?
I don't know. What's that red thing there?
Wait.
Vinny.
Vinny. Okay.
Yep. Okay. That's supposed to be in a crunch box, and the crunch box is very lean. Actually, it has a lot of bite. That doesn't really come through here. It's too fat, if you ask me. Yeah, not my thing. Okay, one more. We'll go for the big pie. Pie. Get it?
It's
Pie.
a bit funny.
That is muffish. Muffesque. Very clearly it has that compression. It has that fizzleness. That is neat. So let's move on. I mean, there's of course, there's something OCD-ish in here, if you're looking for that. That's also very, very fat. I'm missing a little bit of the bite, too much in the low end. But let's go to the Ottawa. We had the cry. There's an octave
crier
pedal.
and
The crier. Which one did you load?
That one.
Okay. That's a little bit much there. Rate, it's not an envelope filter wah, it's a wah that just goes automatically. But they have an envelope filter wah in there. I have a feeling that filters are their thing. It's the mini vibe sounded really good. I played the other one, the other wah, very nice. That's kind of their thing. Let's try a chorus. Give me a chorus on Frankie. Let's see what do we have. No, up. Let's go for this Aquaria thing. Give me that on Frankie.
Okay.
That is a nice chorus. Give me a tremolo on Vinny. What's the chatter?
Where's the...
What is that? It looks detune chorus. No, we don't want that. Go back. We already have a chorus. What's shiver? Vibrato. No, we don't want that. Vibrato is wee wee. Revolver. What is that? That's a univibe. Okay.
Yeah?
No. We already checked out a univibe. Square trem, saw trem, sine trem. Here we go.
Okay.
Vinny. And Tony, please, a room. Beautiful.
Yeah.
So we do one more thing. Let's do crazy soundscape time. Give me delays. So load up Frankie with a... what do we have in terms of straightforward delays? What's the... We only have... In terms of delays, we only have these. Let's do space echo, whatever that is. Load that into Frankie. Oh, this is very, very pretty. Give me a tape delay. And now Tony is in the effects loop, and we're gonna go and load him up with the analog echo. Why not? Show me Frankie. So that's beautiful delay with modulation. Now I'm getting the crazy delays going on. if you ask me. Obviously, stuff like this is possible when you have more than one XTomp. If you have one, make it the one thing you want to play around with right now. And off you go. So we're gonna eat some pie, and then we're gonna do a little bit, our 2 cents. We've spent a considerable amount of time with the XTomp and have stuff to say about it. See ya. Kiana's already way bored. She's like on her phone. Whatever. What? Huh? No. Text your friends and say.
I was on Instagram and Twitter.
Of course. Yeah, of course.
Anyway.
Kids nowadays. Instagram, Twitter. I don't know what these things are.
Oh, I want more pie.
Thank you, Kiana, for the amazing pie.
You're very welcome.
Even though non-traditional shaboos. Oh. The XTomp. Let's start with the good. Sounds pretty damn impressive. I spit pie everywhere.
Yuck.
I'm sorry. Sounds pretty damn impressive. The drives, very hard to tell that they're digital drives. I don't hear any of that fizziness that you would think from digital drives. I remember the M13 from line 6, which I have, big ass pedalboard, but the drives were not acceptable, not even in front of 2 BAMs. It's been a while now. It's been a while. So what is that?
I don't know.
I don't know. None of that. The drives, fully usable, way cool. The amp sounds great. I actually think the amp simulation is good. The speaker simulation, very clearly, you put that on, bam, it's there, and the speakers are different enough to really make sense. Great sounds. The Univibe is smooth. It sounds very round and smooth, which is a lot to be said for a digital pedal. The delays, beautiful. I think it could have a little bit more delays. But again, that is something every month there will be upgrades, and they're aiming for about 300 different pedals. That's a shitload.
The LEDs are cool.
Thank you. Visual feedback, beautiful. The visual feedback of different colors on this ring, on these rings, absolutely great.
Yeah.
I love that. Something that Roland Boss could definitely learn from. The ES8 has no visual feedback. This has visual feedback up to a point, because again, these 6 knobs don't tell you what they are. I mean, how would they? You can't put displays on here. So, build quality is beautiful. It's small, it's thin. That's what she said. Yeah. And it is just it's a cool design. It's unique. Stereo sounds good. I had a little bit of a problem when I had them all connected in stereo. It seemed to be a little bit left heavy, so I don't quite know. It should be more, stereo should be more controllable. Now, build quality, great. Packaging, superior. Mm-hmm. Presentation, superior. Price point, $230. Absolutely not too much for what it offers. Mm-hmm. Now let's go into a bitching session. Okay? And remember, everything we have to bitch about is software. Meaning, if I bitch about it, some other people bitch about it, and you guys say, hey, I really like the concept, if the software had this and this, that's fixable. Software is malleable. That's a word.
Okay.
Like pie. Like dough. We have watched too much Great British Bake Off.
We definitely
Yeah, we definitely have. And we will watch more.
Yes.
So, software. Well, what you just saw at the end, we did setups. We did scenes, let's call them scenes, where we did 3 pedals that we like the combination of. Well, if you want a different combination now, you're going to have to load each pedal individually with its algorithm again. That's...
It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, that's a pain in the ass. Why not have scenes where I can say, okay, I have these 3 pedals, Frankie, Vanny, and Tony.
Frankie, Vinny, and Tony.
Frankie, Vinny, and Tony. Scene load, and then it loads all 3 sounds again, so I can save combinations. Well, of course, your device will have to make individual connections with the pedals, but you don't care about this. You don't care about... You just know what you want from it. You just know what you want the thing to do. So that would be nice. In the app, there's already combi pedals, as you could see, where you have a drive and a delay. It would be great if you could make your own combinations within one pedal.
Yeah.
And then say, okay, I want these knobs to be those parameters. Those other parameters, I don't care. That would be nice. Probably something they're going to add. Again, they're going to add more effects as we go. The Bluetooth connection is actually straightforward and easy.
Yeah.
We could even have 2 devices see all 3 pedals and connect to them.
Yeah.
That was really easy. Of course, you don't want that live. That's why password protection is important, so your buddies can't change your sounds.
Which you have.
And mess with you. Yeah, renaming pedals, password protection, all there. Now, you can see once the algorithms are loaded on here, algorithms. Yeah. Changing it is relatively fast, but still requires click, 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 click. I was assured by Hotone that they have reduced that to only 2 clicks. It should, I think, be more like, I like this pedal, click, done. It should be much simpler.
Yeah, but how are you going to do that if you have 3 pedals hooked up?
That's the other thing. If you only have 1 pedal, the app technically shouldn't even ask you what pedal to load onto, right? Well, you still have to pick the pedal. I think that's just an oversight, which hopefully is easily fixed. If the app only sees 1 pedal, it shouldn't ask you what pedal to put the pedal onto or the algorithm onto, but it does. So again, I think the app needs a little bit more work. Or in terms of user interface usability, it could be more streamlined. Now, the biggest gripe I have with it is... what did we just do for a day and a half?
Oh, yeah, of course. The biggest problem is you have to load every single function you want... Algorithm. Every single algorithm you want on it separately. So you click on whatever you want, then you choose the pedal, you go through this whole clicking process, and it takes about a minute to load the algorithm. And then you do it again, and again, and again. So because these things come empty, you have to, of course, put everything on you want, but it just took forever, especially with 3 of them. What would be better would be if you say, I want this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. You click OK, load on whatever pedal you want, and then it does that, and you go grab a coffee in that time.
Yes, there are a couple of different options to do this more streamlined and more convenient. One would be preloaded. Yes, Ari said, and I get the point, there will be 300 pedals at some point, and each XTomp can only hold 160 different algorithms. Once you load 161, it will erase the first one. That's all fine. 160, who needs that many? So if it comes preloaded, well, just preload it with the first 160. Apparently, in terms of manufacturing process, I don't know, and frankly, I don't care. The loading process is a drag. You get your brand new pedal, you want to try it out, there's one thing on there. Okay, so you have to connect the app, and then you click on another drive, and you play, and it's fun. Oh, I want to try this one. Wait. You play it. I want to try this one. You know what? After the 3rd or 4th one, you don't really want to...
Sorry.
Crumbs everywhere. You don't want to try any new ones anymore because it takes too long to load on there. And if you say, okay, let's load them all on now and then I play later, this is an evening for you of load, load, load. Now, Ari said if you use the USB connection and the PC editor, it takes about 10 minutes. That's fine. Well, I have a Mac. I'm screwed. We had to do it with Bluetooth, which takes longer. Why not make little check marks on the ones you want? Click, 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 click. I want all those. Load and load it in one batch. That should be doable. Okay? That would be a big, or just a big load all button. And then it says, wait, we have more than 160 algorithms. please pick which ones you want or don't want or whatever. I mean, something like this. Because I really think that is the biggest drawback of the XTomp, the immense preparation time. I just said that in an unboxing we did. I'm very annoyed by these new Xboxes and PS4s. I have an Xbox One and a PS4. I love playing games. But it used to be you get a game, you put it in and you play. Okay?
Yeah.
Put it in and have fun. That's what she said. And,
Finally.
yeah, but you can't anymore. You get the game and then it has to install. Okay, 30 gigabyte installing. Okay, 15 minutes later I come back. And then it says, oh, no, you need a 9 gigabyte download. Oh, fuck you. I want to play my game. So you get a game. When can you play it? Well, the next day. And that is annoying.
Same thing here.
Yeah, you are excited. You want to use your new tool or toy in this case. Yeah, okay, it's I don't want to say it's a toy, but it is a toy. It's fun. It's cool. It's colorful. It's high. It feels really, really cool. When I touched this in Frankfurt, I was like, yeah, I want to touch that some more. No, it's really cool, but that whole loading process is a big drawback. I think because it's software, they're gonna resolve it. I think we bitched about it enough now, so that someone there should go like, oh, okay, whatever.
They got the message.
Well, we probably don't count. Who are we?
Also true.
Yeah, we're nobody.
Darn.
But you are someone. So there's a comment section on the Hotone page, so comment away and say, yeah, fix that. I think it's a great product. It is not meant to be a multi-effect. It's not meant to be many things at the same time. It is meant to be something right now for maybe a week or whenever, and then you get a good overdrive and you're like, I don't need that anymore. And then you make this your Univibe. It is definitely great for studio sessions. I can absolutely see this. For a studio session, using this as a amp simulator without a speaker simulator behind it, kind of pointless. Hotone, please make the amps and speaker simulations into a package that you can use at the same time. So you can pick amp and speaker in the same pedal, because otherwise you need 2 pedals minimum and then still you're without effects. But the amp simulations do sound truly great. I was very surprised. Also, the levels are different. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of jumping of levels between amp simulations, between drives. Could be a little bit more level. The levels could be more leveled.
I think that's where the word comes from.
Maybe, I don't know. I think all the issues are software. And that's easily fixable because they clearly have a team of programmers that know their shit. So from my end, I think highly recommended because the sounds kick-ass and the build quality is killer. What do you think?
Yeah, I like it too. I really do, because first of all, me as not knowing lots of stuff, I could just try out some different things. And
you get a feel for what a Big Mouth does. You get a feel for an OCD, for a Tube Screamer.
And with the information on it in the app, that's pretty cool. And
yeah, it gives you some background information about what the pedal is. Oh, talking about, we gotta do this too. I yelled at them a little bit and I said, well, come on. You're ripping off Roland, you're ripping off MXR. It's very clear, and DOD, it's very clear what the sound goal is. I'm not saying cloning, because what the direction of the pedal is. That an OCD is supposed to be this big power ampy kind of sound, and they make it look like it. Well, but they're doing it legally. They actually did contact the legal departments of all these companies and said, okay, is this graphic okay? And they cleared it with the company so that they don't get in trouble. Let's say the companies are probably not happy about it, but it is legal what they're doing, and they're very aware of the intellectual property and the of those companies. And I think that is commendable. Is that a word?
I think so.
Commendable. So you like this thing?
Yeah.
Well, then this one's yours.
Thank you.
Well, it's a perfect pedal for you because you can learn about all these things and get feelings for it. Get a feel for those pedals, and then when we do reviews, you're like, oh, that totally sounds like a Big Muff.
Thanks.
You know?
Yeah.
What
That's
do I
awesome.
want with 3 of them? I have 2 left. I still have 2. So have fun with it.
Thank you.
Use output number 8 on your power supply.
Yes,
because
sir.
it needs 200 milliamps. And that's it from us. This was a beautiful 7-minute review. We did it quickly. In and out.
That's what she said.
Thank you.
Thanks, Hotone. Thanks, you people. See you guys.